Hello fellow YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to this episode of Memory Lane, and this is the Snob Hill episode. So we start where we left off from the last episode, which was the Colwell Walk, and right there at the entrance, so I came from the one on the right. Now this is where I would have come up on my bike, and this is the hill I would then walk up to my friends. That is Snob Hill. So let's take a bit of a walk up there and see what we can see. Now sometimes I was a little bit lazy, I'll admit it. I pushed my bike up there rather than cycle, but it depends. Sometimes I would cycle up it. It's not really that steep in the grand scheme of things, but seemed steeper to me as a kid. But anyway, and of course I would alternate which side of the road I would be on. So sometimes I would walk up on this side, sometimes I would walk up on the other side. And it's a nice day today of filming, and I thought I won't wait until summer's here. I'll go out and capture this footage today, and I'm glad I have. It's a nice clear day, perfect for filming, and so here we are. People out and about, my car up in front there where I parked up. But this is Ayleswood Drive, but it was familiarly known as Snob Hill, and as far as I'm aware, I believe it still is, because there's big houses, and it's generally known as a posher area, but you know, it's 2 cars and a Land Rover type area, you know, that kind of thing. And yeah, once again, going up there, the nostalgia hit me as I went up there, because I used to do this like every day during the week practically, and yeah, because I would go and hang out with my friend, and we'd, you know, either play computer games or we'd play a game called Spot against his front wall with a football, and that was kind of one of my earliest memories of it all, really. So I'm getting up to the place, which is just on the left. And there used to be 2 lions either side of the driveway, but that's all been changed and removed and so on. But yeah, there it is, and that's the famous wall. So that is the house I would visit as a child, from the ages of like 11 till 16. And I got a lot of happy memories attached to coming up and visiting, and it was all great memories. Like I say, that is the famous wall. Playing Spot against that wall, it basically just kick the ball against the wall, and you have to not miss the ball at any point. And I don't know, it was a game we played. It was we knew what we were doing. But yeah, like I say, there was lions either side of the driveway, and that middle wall, I don't remember it being quite like that. It might have been, but definitely had 2 lions either side, like statue type things on the drive. The house goes right back, I can tell you, and it's got like a proper annex out the back, where my friend's granddad used to live. It's all like self-contained and so on. I mean, you can see by the house on the right how far back they go, but this one went back even further, I believe. But anyway, there it is, and that's the famous wall. Obviously a close-up shot of it. I know it's just a wall, right, but it holds so many memories for me. It's and there's this sideways view of it, and then with my back to the wall, because that ball used to go down the streets, because we used to kick it so hard and down the hill. We'd be running, and it was like, yeah, you gotta go and get the ball. And up there, it's such a nice day, and we sometimes used to go up there. So this is past his house where he used to live, and I'm just walking back down now, just to kind of show you. Sometimes we go up the top on our bikes and then back down again, and all this kind of stuff. And there it is. There's the house. do have a lot of cool memories there. Yeah, so I shall go down to the hill to show you my journey home, kind of thing, and then you'll be familiar with where you are. It's kind of not the fact they just do a backwards route for the previous memory lane videos, to be honest, to get back to we're close to where I used to live. So just coming down the road a little bit. So I'd get on my bike and I'd just freewheel down the hill, and it was great, you know. Usually it was dark, nighttime, and that's what I would do. Just a shot off the hill where I would freewheel down with my dynamo lights glowing as much as they could do. I'm just gonna walk you down the rest of the way now. So you got to imagine this at like a fast speed, zooming down the hill on a bike. I used to love coming down this bit. This was awesome. Wasn't so enamoured with when I got to the bottom of the hill though, because then I had a bit of an incline up the other side. But I would do it. I had another friend who lived around here as well, an old school friend called Alistair. Yeah, I think he lived towards the bottom on the left here. But anyway, that aside, we're coming to the bottom of Snob Hill now, where we started this video. And then, of course, you know, I had the choice to make either cut through Colwell Walk, or go straight down over the muddied hill, as it were. And I always, every time, used to opt for going down the hill on the way back, just because it was faster. Sometimes I'd go up on the pavement along here. You can get down and then think, right, should I go that way or that way? No, I'll go over the bank as usual, and I did that every time. I'm sure I can safely say, honestly, every time I'd go over the hill, over the bank rather, on the left. Of course, this all wasn't here, this pathway. It was just a muddy bank. So I just used to go, and it was quite steep. It's like, you know, quite a drop. And I had like a racing bike as well, like bicycle. So you can imagine that they had thin wheels and tires. So you just got to imagine that wasn't really built. It didn't have mountain bikes back in those days. And just coming right down over the side, and then zooming along at the bottom here. And you should remember where you are once we get to the bottom. Just here. That's where we were in the other video. So straight on would be my destination to go home. And I pedal like the clappers, I can tell you. So there's just a still shot of it. You can see that kitchen that's obviously been torn out from one of the apartments from the other video. Just some closing shots of going up the hill there. So that's one way I could have come through up the top there, or along this path. And a final closing shot of Snob Hill itself from my car, sort of at the bottom, towards the bottom of the hill, and looking up, with my friend's house being on the left, up the top of the picture. I know you can't see here, but yeah, you saw it earlier on in the video. So I'm glad I got this one done. I really wanted the Snob Hill episode to be filmed, and it was a nice day for it. As you can see, the clouds, not many of them in the sky. The sky's nice and blue, but I've got a few more videos to do up and around the surrounding areas. This was part of what I used to call my tour. I used to do every year, going around the places we used to go when we were kids, just to, you know, remember the good old days, as it were. And yeah, I'll do a few more of those. I've got an interesting one I'm debating whether to do, is to go to a friend of my friend's house where we used to play Dungeons and Dragons. Now, of course, Chris, who lived here, was actually one of the other players of that group, so it would be kind of interesting to tie it all up, I feel. And then, you know, later on we'll get into other nostalgic stuff that from my Memory Lane series, like the computers and so on. But I thank you for joining me, I really do. It's been really enjoyable for me to film and get out and walk around these places again and just bring back the memories. So thanks for watching this episode of Memory Lane. Remember, all brushes lead to war. I will see you on the next video, and then we'll do some hobby stuff, I promise. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.